Hi, this is William from greataffordablewatches, and in this video I'm going to review the Sinn 556i. So in this video I'm going to find out if this watch is actually overhyped or if this watch is as good as people say. But as always, let's start off with the specifications. The case size is 38.5 millimeters in diameter. The lug-to-lug length is around 45.5 millimeters. It got a lug width of 20 millimeters, a case thickness of around 11.4 millimeters. It got a sapphire crystal with AR coating, water resistant down to 20 ATM or 200 meters, and the ETA 2824 top grade. I believe these days they can actually come with the Sellita SW200 movement as well, but this watch comes with the ETA 2824 top grade. And we will of course talk more about this movement later on. If you have seen some of my previous videos, you know I love a blue dial, and the inspiration I got with the blue dial, or when I first started liking blue dial watches, was when I saw a picture of a Omega Aguatera a few years back, and since then I have absolutely loved blue dials. They are actually some of my absolute favorite watches or watch designs. So when I saw the Sinn 556i when it was announced a couple of years ago, I knew I had to get one eventually. So yeah, now I have it, and we can start with the dial of this watch. It's a very simple, very clean dial. It got Sinn, automatic, and made in Germany. That's the only text on the dial. And the biggest difference, except for the dial, between the IB and the I is that this one got applied markers or numerals instead of painted ones. And this gives this watch a bit more of a dressy feel and a dressy look, which was something I really like, but some people prefer the more toolish look of the 556i. And I absolutely love both watches, but I wanted something a bit more dressy while still being very sporty. And I must say that the blue dial on this watch is perhaps the best looking blue dial I have ever seen on a watch. I think it got the perfect shade of blue with that sunburst effect, and yeah, I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So if you like a really nice blue dial, I think this is definitely one of the better looking dials you can get. And yeah, I think the dial is just one of the better looking dials I've seen in general. It's so clean, so simple, and yet really elegant. But of course, if you prefer the black dial or the blue dial, gray, brown dial, that's just personal preference. But I'm definitely a big fan of the blue dial on this watch. One other highlight for me is the case. I was first a bit skeptical about the all brushed case, but when I actually got the watch, I think the design of the bezel actually gives this watch a really nice and dressy look on the wrist. Of course, this watch got a screw down crown, and the screwing action on this watch is actually one of the best I have ever felt on a watch. And especially in this price range, you can have this watch for around $1,200 if I'm not mistaken. This is probably the best value for money watch you can get at around $1,000, give or take. And yeah, it's just a really nice overall package. And you definitely notice that Sinn doesn't cut any corners when it comes to the quality. You definitely notice that. And the overall package, the quality of the case, the quality of the dial, and the quality of the movement all comes together to create a perfect watch, in my opinion, or almost perfect. Of course, no watch is perfect. But yeah, I'm just really satisfied with this watch. And as I said, we're gonna talk a bit more about the movement as well. And the movement in this watch is the ETA 2824-2 top grade. We got the gold rotor, rhodium plating, and blued screws, etc. And I think this movement looks really nice. I'm a big fan of the ETA 2824 top grade. That's a really high performing movement. The top grade and the chronometer grade movement uses basically the same parts. The only difference between chronometer and top grade is that the chronometer is of course certified while the top grade is not. But other than that, it's the same exact movement. And the combo of a gold rotor, blued screws and rhodium plating really makes the movement pop. I think it looks really nice, and it's great to see this kind of decoration on a watch in this price range. So yeah, overall this watch is absolutely fantastic, and I haven't talked about this before, but this watch fits in the same category as perhaps the Seiko Alpinist, Saab Sierra 33, Hamilton Khaki Field 38, etc. It's a really dressy watch. You can wear it on any occasion, but it's still a really sporty and rugged watch with high water resistance. This watch got of course 200 meter water resistance and a pretty slim case at that, so that's just really impressive. You can basically wear this at any occasion, and you don't have to worry about getting it wet as you have to do with some dress watches. And as I said before, this is perhaps my favorite category of watches that look and feel dressy but still offering that water resistance rating that diving watches do. So overall, I'm absolutely in love with this watch, as you can hear, and I can't really come up with anything wrong with it subjectively except for the strap. I think the strap looks really nice, but it doesn't feel very nice on the wrist. It's very stiff, and yeah, I don't really like this strap. It's a bit better now when I've worn it for a couple of weeks, but still, this is not a great strap. It do look good, I will give it that, but yeah, I will definitely change this strap to something else. But of course, let's take a look at a wrist shot on my 7-inch wrist. Okay, here it is, and I think this watch sits really nice on my 7-inch wrist. I think at 38.5 millimeters it will fit most wrists, and thanks to the pretty short lug to lug of around 45.5 millimeters, it's a really wearable watch, and it will definitely fit in most circumstances, as well as it's pretty slim considering the water resistance rating. So yeah, but as I said before, the strap is not that comfortable, so thanks to the strap it doesn't sit perfectly on my wrist, but I'm sure it will sit a lot better when you change the strap. So yeah, keep that in mind if you plan on wearing this one with a leather strap. I would recommend going for the bracelet actually, because the straps, or at least this strap, is not the best I have seen. Let me know what you think of this watch down in the comment section. Which version do you prefer? The black, the blue, the brown, or perhaps the gray version? So if you're looking for something like the Omega Aguatera with the blue dial, I think this is the absolute best option at around $1,000. And overall, I must say this is, in my opinion, perhaps the best watch at around $1,000 in general. Sinn have really nailed it with this watch. The dial is absolutely gorgeous, the case is extremely well finished, a great choice of movement thanks to the top grade ETA. So this is definitely a complete package. Of course the looks are subjective, but it's really hard to fault the Sinn 556 in general. And to answer the question in the beginning of this video, the Sinn 556 definitely have earned its reputation for being a great watch, and I don't think it's overhyped, but remember that the leather strap is not the best. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.